Yes, security is of very great concern to the people and the residents of the Nairobi County. There are very many crimes within the city and the county of Nairobi. Today, 40% of all the crimes within the country are committed in Nairobi. 30% of all the illegal arms are in Nairobi. About 70% of the cases of burglary and theft are committed in the city and county of Nairobi. Therefore, the Nairobi residents feel very threatened and very insecure within their own environment. Due to this high level of insecurity within the county, several private security firms have emerged in order to help to solve some of these problems. Today, there are over 2,000 security firms throughout the country, and 90% of them are based in Nairobi. They employ over 300,000 askaris. There are still very many crimes within the county of Nairobi. A good example is a story which was related to me by one of my colleagues. My colleague told me that a certain lady who works as a hairdresser in a key hotel within the county of Nairobi was heading home in the evening after the work. As she was about to enter her car, she noticed another vehicle, a Mercedes car, which was parked very nearby with doors wide open. On peeping, she noticed there was a lady who was lying there, semi-conscious, and who was also breathing. As she looked further, she got scared even more, and she decided to go away very fast. The following day, that lady read in the paper that that lady who was lying in that car was a lady who was a prominent person who had been kidnapped, had been robbed of all her jewelry, her cash, her ATM cards, and she was left for dead by the criminals. This is one of the many cases which are taking place in Nairobi and which we need to deal with very strongly. There are many causes of the insecurity in Nairobi. The first cause of the insecurity is that we have over 4 million people within the county of Nairobi. 70% of these people live in slum areas and informal areas. But the important thing is that there are low levels of incomes, there is very high unemployment, and a lot of youth are very idle and they have nothing to do. A lot of streets are not well lighted, and therefore they become very good places for hideouts for criminals. Today, there are only 1,200 policemen patrolling the county of Nairobi, with having 65 police stations. This level of policing is totally inadequate. It is 50% of what is allowed and what is recommended by the UN. The UN recommends that for every 450 people, there should be one policeman. In Kenya, we have about 900 people for one policeman. So this is one of the major causes of crime because of inadequate policing. This ratio of 900 to 1 is the national average. In the case of Nairobi, by year 2011, the ratio was 1 policeman for 1,100 people. And this is not acceptable. We must do something about this. In order to deal with this problem of insecurity within the county of Nairobi, I intend to offer 3 solutions. The first solution is that I intend to double the police force within the county of Nairobi. That is to increase that level from 1,200 to about 3,000 policemen within the county. I also intend to introduce and encourage community policing because it is also very, very important that the members of a society play a role in policing themselves. And thirdly, I intend to introduce the concept of volunteer policing. This is a situation whereby the youths within a certain neighborhood are encouraged to take up jobs as volunteers to help in policing some of the areas they stay in. And finally, of course, we shall encourage the evolution of gated communities. In order to make the profession of policing very attractive within the county of Nairobi, we intend to find ways of improving their living standards within the county. We will build about 500,000 houses within the county of Nairobi, which are affordable. And some of these houses will be made available to the policemen and policewomen who will be working within the county of Nairobi. As Nairobi is a very, very expensive county, we shall also find ways and means of improving the salaries and the benefits being paid to the policemen and policewomen operating within the county of Nairobi. We intend to ensure that all the dark alleys within the county are well lighted. We also want the street lights to be functioning all the time, both within the residential estates as well as in the CBD. We will introduce CCTV also in the critical areas, particularly in CBD. We'll also improve and encourage frequent police patrols, and we shall also deal with the issue of street families and children. We shall also ensure that the youth are positively engaged in activities, including sports and other related activities, in order to cure the problem of idleness. My name is Jim Nambaru, and I'm running for Nairobi Governor. Consider it done.